The people of Israel followed God for a while, and then they didn't. Back and forth they went between a lifestyle of trust and obedience and a lifestyle of rebellion. Again and again, God sent prophets to bring the people back to God. It wasn't always easy, and once it led to an epic showdown between the prophets of the false god Baal and the prophet of the one true God, Elijah. Let's go down to the action.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ESPN Classics World's Strongest God, battle between the prophets of Baal and Elijah. I'm Red Girder, and we're at Mount Carmel Stadium, where we have one heck of a contest lined up today. With me, as always, is my partner, Steve Stevens.
Thanks, Red. Hello again, everyone. I don't mind telling you, there's some bad blood running here.
Right you are, Steve. These two groups of prophets just don't like each other. That's no secret. But we've got them here today in the stadium to settle once and for all, who is God?
The prophets of Baal claim their God is God, and well, they've got numbers on their side. 450 to be exact. That's a lot of firepower.
And then there's Elijah, the lone prophet of the Lord left. After the rest ran into a buzzsaw of Queen and Jezebel, he's focused and confident and ready to rumble.
That's right. Let's take it down to the field with our sideline correspondent, Julian Ryan.
Thanks, Steve. The atmosphere down here is electric. I'm standing beside the lone prophet of the Lord left alive, as far as we can tell. Elijah, are you concerned that the prophets of Baal have you outmanned?
Let me tell you something, Jack.
Well, that's Julian.
Whatever. The time for talk is done. How much longer will it take them to make up their minds? If the Lord is God, worship God. If Baal is God, worship Baal. We're gonna settle it once and for all. It ain't gonna be pretty. Woo!
Well, the challenge has been thrown down by Elijah. It's really become a prophet leave town contest. Let's go back to the booth.
Chilling words, brave words. No more words, let's have at it.
That's right, Red. It's just about time to get down to business. Let's talk about the rules for the contest. First, each side has a large pit dug around its offering. Next, each side is to gather wood, fill the pit, and prepare for fire. Finally, but most importantly, each side is to take a bull and prepare it by cutting it into pieces and placing it on the wood. And I don't mind telling you that the prophets of Baal, with their group of 450, are ready for business. Each side will take turns praying for its God for fire. It's very simple. The God who answers by sending fire is God. The other is history.
It looks like they're just about ready to start. Elijah won the coin toss, but deferred to the prophets of Baal to start praying first.
Wow, that's an unbelievable show of confidence by Elijah. Let's just hope he doesn't get burned by it, so to speak.
And the prophets of Baal are starting at a feverish pitch. As a group, they are walking and chanting around the fire pit.
That's right, Red. I like their intensity. Let's hope they can keep it up. You can hear the crowd yelling, "Answer us, Baal," but nothing is happening. Let's go back down to Julian Ryan for an update.
Thanks, guys. The feverish prayers of the prophets of Baal are not being answered. In fact, you can hear some serious trash talking by Elijah. He's telling them things like, pray louder. Maybe he's really a heavy sleeper. I bet he has caller ID and is just screening his prayers. Give him a couple minutes. You know how Baal hates to be interrupted in the bathroom. The prophets of Baal are devastated. Their so-called God has abandoned them. And Elijah is not letting up. Red and Steve?
All right, thanks, Julian. So, we've been watching up here, and Elijah is showing a dazzling display of confidence. He set up his altar exactly the same as the Baal prophets, but if you look right here, we can see that he has absolutely soaked the altar and the sacrifice with water.
That's right, Red. In fact, there's so much water that the trench he dug in the ground around the altar is full. I almost can't believe what I'm seeing here.
Truly incredible stuff. And it looks like Elijah is going to make his move. He's about to pray to God. Let's take a listen.
O Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, prove now that you are the God of Israel, and that I am your servant, and have done all this at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so that this people will know that you are God, and that you are bringing them back to yourself.
Oh, did you see that, Red? Fire has come down! Do you believe in miracles? It's on fire! Elijah wins! There can be no doubt he has absolutely demolished the prophets of Baal. Julian, what did you see down there?
Steve, Red, you would not believe it. Fire came down and ignited everything and the entire altar. The wood, the stones, the sacrifice, even the water is completely gone. This is one of the most decisive victories I have ever seen in all my years of covering sports.
Thank you, Julian. And there you have it. Elijah predicted it, and it is true. The Lord is God.
That's right, Red. An unbelievable contest. Pandemonium is running wild at Mount Carmel Stadium. Down goes Baal. This thing is over. That's going to do it for us here. Folks, be sure to join us next week. For Red Girder, I'm Stephen Stevens, saying so long.
So Elijah won and proved to everyone that the Lord is God. Unfortunately, many of the people still didn't listen. Nor did they listen when other prophets came, commanding them to repent and predicting total devastation if they didn't. Throughout all of their waywardness, however, the prophets still spoke of hope and pointed the people ahead to Jesus, the Messiah, who would rescue them from their rebellion. God always reminded the Israelites of his grace, even when they didn't deserve it. We'll talk about this more at this week's Catechism event. As always, answer the question for this week, and we'll see you then.